Oh, hi.
Great. I see a lot of people joining in. I think, just till we wait for everybody to join in, it'll be great to understand, a little bit more about you and your journey so far as a dermatologist. A lot of our customers are actually big believers in science-backed and, the community of
Yeah,
dermatologists. So it'll be great to know a little bit more about you before we start this session.
definitely, definitely. So, I'm Dr. Rutuja Kulkarni. So, basically, I am from Mumbai originally, and I shifted to Germany like 3 years back. And since then, I'm practicing here in Germany. First, I was in India, I finished my medicine, then I worked in dermat in India as well.
Right.
And then I shifted 3 years back here and then again gave all the licensing exams, and you know how the drill is. And yeah, then I started now working here in another clinic. So since 3 years, I'm working in Germany, and it's different, but it's nice. I'm getting to learn both aspects, like because in India, the things which we learn, like as skin of color, it's completely different than what you do here. So, but it's really great so far. And I just came back 10 minutes before work right now, after work.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah,
No, but it's great. It's We are very excited to have you, and more so because we believe as a brand very strongly in giving the clarity as much as possible in terms of our customers understanding their skin better and getting to know from a credible resource, right? So,
definitely.
right, you.
Like, yeah.
So, okay, so I think we have a few, and we can start here. So, my first question that I usually get from people is that, when we try to talk about lip pigmentation, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of times people mistake it that we are against you being skin of color, right? And I want
Mm-hmm.
people to understand that there is a difference between you genetically having
Definitely.
skin versus there being excessive pigmentation because of the external environmental aggressors and the kind of lifestyles and the usages that we do with our skin, right? So if you can
Then,
throw light on the difference between genetic pigmentation and something where you have it because of some deficiencies or your lifestyle, etc.
so yeah, basically, I would say genetics play a huge role when it comes to pigmentation, not just lip pigmentation, considering pigmentation all over your body. In our skin type, like as Indians, we are skin type 4 to 5 or 6 mostly, but 4 to 5. And the patients I see here, they are mostly skin type 1, 2, 3. I can tell you the comparison because in our genes, we are inherently having this pigment called melanin, which is already there. So we are
Right,
more prone, firstly, to darker skin tones, darker
right,
lip tones. So
yeah,
that is something we have to accept our skin tone. That
right,
is to do with our genes because we cannot change our melanin synthesis. No one
right,
can change it, no product can change it.
right,
It's as simple as that. Like everyone wants to have those pink lips, like how the foreigners have it, and but
yeah,
since that's because they don't have that melanin deposition in their lips, that is why they don't have that darkness on their lips. I
right,
wouldn't even call it darkness. I would say it's more a deeper tone to our lips,
right.
which we have. And
Correct.
that is related to our genes. But when it comes to factors which cause darkening and pigmentation,
Right.
mostly hyperpigmentation.
Right.
So that is caused mostly of these environmental factors.
Right.
First, people need to understand that our lips are more prone to darkening than any other part of our skin because the layers are 5 times more prone to darkness because there's one layer, the topmost layer of our skin, which is very, very thin on our
Correct.
lips. Because of that, our skin is more on the lips, the skin which is there, that is more prone for inflammation.
Correct.
And that inflammation is caused because of this environmental triggers like
Mm-hmm.
sun exposure, smoking, pollution, drinking like hot water drinks, more coffee, then as well as like you could say lip licking, which is one of the most common reasons. Then some patients are, there are different type of dermatitis or cheilitis, which are dermatological conditions which can
Correct.
occur. So
Right.
there are different factors, such environmental factors which can cause lip hyperpigmentation.
Right.
Basically, it causes inflammation, and that inflammation is then later on it happens to be a post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and that's
Correct.
what we can treat. But the
Correct.
base tone, which is because of our melanin, that is something no one can change.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's what I would
So,
like to tell our people, the people out here.
because a lot of times we get people who have mixed reactions, right? Either,
Yeah,
like you said, they are not able to accept their natural tone of color and they want a very drastic change. Or there are the other school of thought where they believe that we are trying to not be pro skin of color. So this conversation there, right, where we are trying to say that no, we believe in healthy pink lips, and
yeah,
whatever pigmentation has occurred on your lips because of the external aggressors and the lifestyle choices that you're making, like you just mentioned a few, that is the reason why this is occurring and how we can actually help you to recover,
definitely.
right? Okay, so next question would be, people expect miracles from the first use, right? And sometimes when we try to uh, tell them that, hey, stay consistent, please be patient, and you'll definitely see results because we have lab proven studies that you will definitely get some results there. Uh, there is a little bit of impatience. So, what is your recommendation and piece of advice for people who usually want to see a change in their lips? But what is the usual course of time that it takes?
So, so one more thing that differs from our lips and skin is that there is always a turnover time. A turnover time is basically the time taken by our skin to replenish new cells.
Right,
So in skin, the turnover time is much faster. That
right,
acts inversely. So the what you say, the pigment or the color of your skin will take longer. It is
right,
not, it doesn't, it's not proportionate that way.
correct,
What exactly is technically, I would say, to see any kind of visible results, it minimum takes, I would say, 4 to 5 months. 3 would be like if you're lucky and you have good healing process and you know you're being super consistent, all the factors which can cause pigmentation are completely 100% avoided, then
yeah,
yeah, obviously. But
hmm,
when you do a treatment, any kind of treatment, that
yeah,
firstly you need to be very compliant to it. You have to make
correct,
it sure that you make it a habit to do it. If you're not compliant, you're not going to get the results, which many
right,
people fail to do. Secondly, you have to make sure the factors that trigger it, you need to make sure
hmm,
those completely are out, like maybe
correct,
little by little, but they need to be completely subtracted. Then only you will be able to see visible results. Because unless and
right,
until you do not stop the triggers, no matter how much you do, it's not going to help. So it's
correct.
completely necessary that treatment is an important part, but as well as treatment, you have to work on the other factors which are 50% responsible for it. So
Right.
I will definitely
See,
say if you do everything
I,
properly, 4 to 5 months to
yeah,
see good
yeah.
results, not 100%, but 60 to
Ex-
70%.
And I think it also varies according to the level of pigmentation that you are currently.
Definitely, definitely.
So,
Like I said, it depends on what exactly you have. There can be lip flickers dermatitis. There can be allergic contact dermatitis. There can
right,
be just hyperpigmentation because of environmental factors. So depending on what the cause is, we have to treat the cause. Maybe as a dermatologist, I have to concentrate on the cause, and I can recommend like the products to people, what will help with it. That should be like a
correct,
combined,
correct.
approach to it.
Yeah. So this also brings my attention to the fact that a lot of time people believe that one product is going to solve the entire bit, and usually as a brand try to enforce the fact that any kind of skin benefits the best when there is a proper regime that is followed, right? So
Definitely,
uh,
definitely.
I want to get your opinion in terms of how important a regime is for taking care of our skin. And it could be anything. It could be your face, it could be your body, it could even be lips. But how important it is to have a proper regime in place.
I would put a lot of importance on it personally, because you cannot just use one type of a moisturizer with one ingredient. I'm saying in context of skin right now because that's
Right.
coming in my head. But
Yeah.
and then expect that your all concerns will get treated with one moisturizer. Because our skin is complex, we might have 10 different concerns. There can be dryness. With dryness, there can be acne. With like such things can be there. People have like myths like if you have acne prone skin, you have to use like no moisturizer and stuff like that, which I
Correct.
really do not agree with. You have
Hmm.
to follow a basic regime of cleaning when it
Hmm.
comes to lips as well.
Yes.
It's very important. And one thing I really want to salute you for is for making the wash for the lips. That was the
Thank
best
you.
thing you could actually bring in the market, really. That's one thing
I-
I would really.
Why is nobody talking about it? How do people cleanse their lips? And we believe that, face wash is enough. And that definitely not how it
No.
works. So I'm glad that you also find it useful, and it was something that was definitely needed.
Definitely, definitely in the market we need that. And I mean, seriously, that's really commendable that you introduced it in our Indian market, really.
Thank
And yeah, so cleaning the lips, because cleaning the lips not only takes away the dirt and all, to say in
you.
layman's language, but the dead cells that are like basically on the upper layer of your straitened corneum, that gets reduced, because of which there is less chance of inflammation, less chance of hyperpigmentation. It's as easy as that, as
Right.
easy as that.
Yeah.
Secondly, after cleaning, you have to hydrate. Without
Mm.
hydration, if you just decide, no, I've just cleaned it, that's enough, that's not enough. You
Correct.
have to hydrate. Let it be your lips, let it be your skin, let it be your hair. You
Right.
have to hydrate it. And
Absolutely.
after hydration, you can do with lip masks and, which
Mm.
again you have,
Yeah. Yeah.
then lip balms and everything.
Mm.
Then before hydration, I missed one point, is like you have to use a, like for skin, but for lips also, you have to use the specific component to treat the area of problem. It can be
Right.
dryness
Yeah.
of lips, it can be pigmentation of lips, it can be flakiness of lips. So
Correct.
according to that area of problem, you have to introduce one thing in that regime which treats the area of problem. So
Correct.
firstly, cleaning, treating the
Yeah.
area of problem, and then
Yeah.
thirdly, hydrating the lips.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
on top of that, what I, as a dermatologist, feel is important is adding SPF
Correct.
on your lips as well. It's
Ab-
very, very important.
yes.
So I feel if you follow these steps as a regime, then you will see a good result. Just following one thing is not going to give you any kind of result.
Very true. I completely and agree with you on that. Just one more question. So this is again a common question that we face is, when people say that, oh, okay, your products would over time, say about 3 to 4 months, 5 months, I will get cured of my lip pigmentation. But do I need to continue using it, or my lips will stay pink? So our usual concern is that, hey, a regime is a lifestyle. It is not.
Exactly.
So, want to know your, way of tackling that as well, because I'm sure you would get similar questions asked that once I've used bright and nice, and then I don't need. So,
Yeah, definitely.
talk
Every
about.
day that those questions are up there by the patient. So I can completely get you on this one. So yeah, that is also one thing. People just feel, yeah, now my lips are pink and now the, problem is solved. हो गया
Yeah,
बस अब और कुछ नहीं करना है. That is
right,
what it's always in their mind. But
right,
no, like if you stop doing the things, that is not gonna, you know, hydration is a must. Stop doing it. Even if you don't have issues, that is something
right,
you have to inculcate in your lifestyle, because if you don't, then your lips are going to get dry again. You're going to again face
right.
these problems of inflammation. your lips are prone to it, like very prone to it. You stop taking care of them, you're prone to it. So you have to make sure that you continue it as a lifestyle, like you said, because I mean it should be a habit, like I said before. It
Yeah.
shouldn't be a treatment. It should be a
Yeah.
habit that should be in the part of your day. It is
Right.
as simple as that. Because it will again occur if you don't
Yeah.
do it. And then,
Yeah.
it's like then we get the blame, your products didn't work on us or your treatment didn't work on us. And it's kind of,
Yeah.
it doesn't work that way.
Exactly. So we tell them that the environmental aggressors or the lifestyle habits that actually caused your pigmentation in the first place are definitely not going anywhere, right? So
Yeah,
once you stop that, the problem will start occurring. Maybe not immediately, but it will
but
definitely come back over time. So it's very important for you to inculcate it as a regular, consistent habit and not necessarily as a one-time treatment. That's
absolutely.
Okay, so another question about key actives, right? So
Mm-hmm.
uh, we have obviously, the first science-backed and active-based lip care regime, and that is what we are proud of. And we believe that they add a lot of value. So why do you think actives are important? On the side, there are some concerns also about the side effects that actives could cause. So if you can throw some light on both these areas, why are they important and do they have any side effects in the long run?
So basically, actives are important because, firstly, they are called actives because they do something in your, uh, they have some kind of action on your skin, which, helps you solve your pigmentation and stuff. Basically, the actives which usually are used, the most common ones are the alpha hydroxy acids like glycolic acid, ascorbic acid, that is vitamin C.
Right.
There's azelaic acid, there is lactic acid, manlic acid. Many things are there.
Yeah.
They are important. Like some people just see that the name is acid in it and they are like, okay, we don't want
Very
this kind
scared.
of chemical and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But to be very honest, these type of these actives are actually safe to use.
Yes.
There are obviously, everything in the world has side effects. You
Right.
check anything, Google will show you 10,000 side effects of it.
Even natural and organic does, right?
Yes, yes, yes. And
Yeah.
as a doctor, I would say, yeah, natural organic things are good, but you need actives because that's
Yes.
gonna solve your problem. That
Hmm.
just using natural organic things is not going to solve your problems. And
Right.
actives are basically, they will alter stuff in your skin, they will alter stuff in your, areas inside, but in long run, they are gonna help your skin. They are
Right.
not going to, um, what do you say, destroy your skin barrier or anything.
Right.
Because if
Right.
you use it correctly in combination with the right things, it's
Yes.
just going to help you in long run. It's not
Correct.
going to create an issue for you. Obviously,
Right.
some people, what I feel more than side effects is that people should always do a patch test before using any kinds or any kind of substance, so to see if they are allergic to it or not, because every individual skin is different. You can react
Correct.
allergically to it or not. So as a dermatologist, I always tell my patients, try this, see if it suits you, and then use it, because this is a
Correct.
good thing. It has visibly good results, but you
Right.
need to try it first, see if it is suitable for your skin, and then use
Right.
it ahead. And by
Right.
suitable, I don't mean that it is improving their condition or not, just to see if it is not causing an allergy to them. So
Correct.
that is what I would tell people. More than side effects, concentrate on the fact, if just do a patch test and use the
Right.
product consistently in the long run. It
Right.
will always help you.
Yeah. So as a brand, what we've done is basically we have tried to get together the best of both worlds, where we use lip safe ingredients. Now, when we say that is that the actives that we use are within the dermal limit. And apart from
Mm-hmm.
that, the supporting ingredients that we use are organic certified butters and oils and waxes, right? And beyond
Yeah.
that, even the colors that we are using are actually organic colors. So we
Mm-hmm.
don't use any artificial fragrances. We use only food flavors. So we've tried to make it as safe, for the consumer as possible to keep the quality, but also the safeness. And for the active usage also, we keep the dermal limit completely in mind. We ensure that, we don't exceed that, so that it is absolutely good to go, even for the most sensitive skin,
That's
consumer.
perfect.
Yeah. So I think just one bit more, which we get a lot more, is around lip corner pigmentation. Okay, so a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people start seeing the occurrence of pigmentation starting from the lip corners. So, any specific suggestion or regime that you have in mind, or any specific causes for that? You know?
So lip corner pigmentation, again, it's a post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So
Right,
that usually occurs because of a lot of dermatological reasons. Firstly, there's a thing called as angular cheilitis, which
right,
specifically occurs in the corners of your lip. Then
right.
some people go for dental procedures and get a lot of dentures and stuff,
Yes,
which causes friction and causes
yes.
frictional dermatitis, which leads to the corner pigmentation as well.
Pigmentation, correct.
Slowly, people tend to lick the corner of their lips more than the upper lips. So
Upper,
that's
yeah.
why one of the common reasons it starts from the angle of the lips
Corners.
to be
Yeah.
this thing. Then one more reason is what I can think of. I'm just thinking of all the reasons. So contact dermatitis, like I said, when you use any kind of product like a dark matte lipsticks or something, there can be substances in it which either you cannot tolerate, you're allergic to it, or they have irritant substances.
Right,
So that kind of dermatitis, there is no proven reason why, but it also starts from the corner of your lips.
right.
So these are some of the dermatological reasons that
Hmm.
can cause, and one more reason I forgot to mention is vitamin B12 and folate deficiencies.
Correct, correct.
That is also one of the reasons where you can see lip pigmentation starting from the corners, and
Correct.
there's like different areas of pigmentations
Yes.
on the skin as well for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So obviously these reasons you have to get it treated. There is also angular stomatitis. That's a
Yeah.
different type of cheilitis which has a little bit of, like, it's completely medical, like there can be fungal
Yes.
infections included in it and
Yes.
candidal infections. So
Yeah.
you need to treat the main cause
Yes.
and then make sure, so that it doesn't come again, follow a regime. That is
Right.
what I always tell the patients.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah.
Makes sense. So it's very good to actually discuss this, because a lot of times the lack of awareness is the biggest root cause why people don't get the treatment in time, or they are most oftenly confused as to how should they go about treating it. So
Yeah.
this definitely helps. I think one of my last, and this is generally the last question is,
No, it's
uh,
fine.
we have a lot of customers who are smokers. Now they are trying to quit the habit of smoking, but obviously it's not a very easy habit to quit, right? And till the
Definitely,
time they are
yeah.
able to quit it, they still are suffering with the issue of smoker's lips. And what would you advise them as a regime, so that their smoking stains are at least curbed to the minimum, apart from obviously quitting the habit? But if, there can be something where we can actually try to help them out in the best possible way.
So basically, like obviously it's very hard to quit smoking, I guess. Like I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know that much, but
Yeah.
they probably
From
might,
what we've heard, yes.
yeah, from what I've heard, yeah, probably it takes a lot of time and a lot of, what do you say,
Effort.
encouragement to do that,
Yeah,
effort
yeah,
and encouragement from people.
yeah,
But
yeah.
during this period, when they're trying to quit smoking, firstly, they need to follow a regime.
Mm,
One regime that needs to be taken inside the body, and something that needs to be worked on your lips as well.
right.
By inside the body, I mean start taking multivitamin tablets, start
Mm,
working on your diet. Diet,
yes,
as in, like, don't eat less food, by
yes,
nutritious diet. That is what I
yes.
mean. Something that has more minerals like zinc, folates, vitamin B12, vitamin E, C. Try to consume more of these kinds of rich food.
Right.
Then Secondly, alongside, if you follow a lip regime, like
Right.
after smoking, clean your lips.
Right.
Like not teeth, lips.
Yes.
Teeth obviously get stained, but lips
Yes.
also get stained.
Same.
They
Yes.
need to be cleaned.
Yes.
And that's where I want to really emphasize on it. Please clean your lips, because that's gonna probably not cure out the hyperpigmentation which you have since years because of smoking immediately, but further damage can be little bit avoided.
Yes. Yes.
So obviously clean your lips, start working on treating the hyperpigmentation. Maybe if you're a smoker, you might not see visible results in like 3 to 4 months. Maybe you will see in 3 to 4 months just 10-20% betterment if you are still smoking.
Right.
But it's something better than nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
till the time you stop smoking, if you continue with these other things, then obviously it will be easier for you to, treat it, because the lesser the damage, the better the treatment. It's always
Absolutely.
like that.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So I would always tell the smokers that make it sure that you follow your lip care, you follow
Mm.
your nutritious diet,
Yeah.
even if you're quitting. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean
Have a
that you
lot of
don't do
water.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, hydration is another thing
Key, right?
altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think for all of us, in fact, I think
yeah,
overall, in terms of taking care of our skin, overall health, it's very important to keep ourselves hydrated well and keep drinking a lot of water, right?
yes.
Yeah.
That I completely like it skipped my mind for some reason. I don't know why.
No, it's fine. I think you had like a list already there. So super, super, super helpful, answers. And I'm sure that our customers are going to benefit a lot, and the
I
people
hope
watching
so
it.
too.
Yes, no, they definitely will. There are so many questions that we receive on a day-to-day basis. We receive more than 100, DMs with lots and lots of questions that I actually asked you. The reason I wanted to also bring that up in this forum is because when we answer it as a brand, a lot of times people can still be skeptical, and
Yeah,
say that, hey, are you trying to just sell it off to me? And that is why you're saying this. But we wanted, a credible resource to actually say this, because it's so important to take care of our lips. And they are such a different skin type from, our regular face and
definitely.
body. And they definitely need separate products to be addressing these issues that we see. And people have not been really aware of it. And that's the kind of mission that we've taken on to, make them aware and
That's
really help
really
them.
commendable. That's really commendable. Like when like I saw your brand and I was like, okay, this is something, interesting. This is something which is coming into the market which people need. Because
Mm,
uh, as a doctor, I have so many patients in India as well who
right.
always are like, can you cure the darkness of our lips? Can you
Yeah.
cure the darkness of the lips?
Yeah.
So, I guess my this thing has gone.
No worries. We can hear you fine.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's absolutely clear. No worries.
Okay. So basically, yeah. I mean, so many people are concerned about their lips, but are scared to actually act upon it. And
Yes.
now there's finally something addressing just the lip concerns in India that makes me feel really, really like I'm grateful to you, to be very
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet of you. No,
what
we're very happy to be giving something which is of value, because I think when you're trying to genuinely solve a problem, it drives you to work a lot harder. When you genuinely believe that there's something that you're offering and customers need it, and there is value in what you're doing, I think
yeah.
that's what drives you. Yeah.
I just have one or two questions if I may ask. I don't know if this
Yes, please.
is fine.
Please. No, please, Rutuja.
No,
You can
like
ask.
I just wanted to ask you, like, are you having any new launches? Because my who are there, I always keep telling them, yeah, it's a good this thing, take it,
Yes.
and but I should.
No, it's perfect timing for asking us that. We're actually announcing a giveaway as well for people to suggest some of the product launches to us. But we do have two new product launches coming up, and they're going to be something very interesting and very different, from what you've seen. an upgraded, and we are hoping an advanced version of what people are requiring, for their lips. So two new products coming up.
Amazing.
Maximum by Jan, Feb is when you're going to see that.
That's really amazing. And like I had actually one doubt, like
Sure.
the lip care regime that you
Yeah.
have, does it help just with hyperpigmentation or also with chapped and hydration of lips? And
Yeah. So it does help with lip plumping. It does help with natural collagen boosting plumping. It does not do that beasting artificial
yeah,
plump for some hours, because we believe that whatever should happen intrinsically, and it should not be something which is stimulated by aggression.
yeah,
So our butter masks are actually peptide rich, right? They have peptide palmitol 38, which helps to stimulate collagen and also increase the cell turnover. Right, so which is helping in lip collagen boosting, so plumping, and also hydration, because it
yeah.
helps to do that. We have olive squalene, wheat germ oil, which is very rich in
Very-
vitamin
yeah.
E, right? So they are the best ingredients. And the reason why we call our masks butter masks is because they're rich in butters, unlike the other masks, but lip masks that you see, which are more prone to heavy wax usages. We have these rich in butter, so that, because you know this, right, that butters actually go a lot more deeper because they melt at your skin temperature,
Yes.
and wax is just on a topical layer, it just sits there, and therefore they don't naturally hydrate your lips. So answering your question, our range of products actually help with chapped lips, they help with lip plumping, and they also help with pigmentation.
That's perfect. I mean, I like so that if I give people recommendation, I should also know it clearly what
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
and
And our lip wash, in fact, has lactobionic acid, which helps with post-wash hydration as well, So it does just not cleanses, but it also boosts hydration later.
yeah. No, like I was like when I went through your products and I saw I was like these ingredients, they are
Yeah.
like spot on ingredients, like the right ingredients. I always wanted to ask you what made you select these ingredients. Like this must have taken like a lot of time to
Yes.
research it because when you see it like as a person, a specialist, you see it, then you realize, okay, this person knows the exact shit what is going on,
Yeah.
know the right things.
Yeah, so it took us a lot of time. In fact, lip wash alone, it's a patent pending formulation which we've developed because it's the first in the world, right? And the kind of actives that we wanted to go, the kind of ingredients that we wanted to sort of twin to formulate, all of this took us about 8 months. So it
Wow.
was not easy. It was 8 months of sheer hard work that went behind creating this product that you see today, which may just seem like another face wash, but it's a lot more than that.
So
The way it works on you is very, very different.
it's much needed in the market.
Thanks so much, Rutuja. It means a lot, when we hear it, and especially coming from someone like you. So it definitely adds a lot of happiness in us, that we've created it. Yeah. So
It,
I think I saw one question around lip ulcers, particularly. So if you can just help us answer that in the audience.
like lip ulcers, as in like there are aphthous ulcers. I guess I'm guessing the person is
She's written lip ulcers every winter season. So how do I?
probably she means the crusting of the lips, which can occur. Like I'm getting what she means. Like
Yeah.
it occurs because of excessive dryness. Obviously, the skin
Right.
barrier completely, what do you say, damaged in winter
Hmm.
of wind because of continuously since I people sometimes tend to see, yeah, my lips are dry, they tend to start licking it like more than
Hmm.
not like lip licking dermatitis, but start
Hmm.
licking hydrated
Hmm.
involvement. And then
Yeah.
there is a thing called as using excessive chapstick also.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm so glad you brought that up. Yeah.
yeah, I forgot about that one. That's also one thing. People are addicted to using
Yes.
chapstick now
Yes.
and like, that is not good for you. If you guys
Yeah.
are, that is not good for you. You need to use a chapstick, yes, but not like every 10 minutes or every 15 minutes because that's gonna cause a problem in your lip barrier. So you
Right.
have to make sure that you don't use that. And that can also cause these kind of lip ulcers. That usually what I recommend people is overnight to use petroleum jelly. Like
Right.
the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
With your ingredients, what
Yeah.
is the what you have. There can be people who might be like, no, these actives are too much for us. Use the actives because they are going to treat your lips.
Yeah.
But if you feel they are too much, you can use a little bit of petroleum jelly on the top.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
fine. Because
Yeah.
that's like really going to help with the cracking, the ulcers,
Yeah.
everything that's going to help you. And
Yeah.
the actives which you have, if they use it, if they are a little sensitive, like they have a sensitive type of skin, definitely they'll see good results.
Yeah.
Even with lip ulcers, I would just like, my one stop go is always petroleum Vaseline gel.
Yeah. So we've interestingly also come up with this one product, which is chocolate lip butter mask. And this is primarily for people who are having extremely sensitive or excessively dry skin, because you know how chocolate is amazing with hydration,
Yes,
right? And we use Ghana cocoa, which is extremely rich with pH.
yes, definitely.
And so that is there in 5%, along with obviously the kind of squalene and wheat germs that we've sort of mentioned. So that is exceptionally well for people who you were saying that the petroleum jelly, this is like that alternative as well that I could recommend to you.
Like since
You know,
squalene in it, I would
yes,
also recommend it to people because
yeah,
squalene, pyramids, peptides, these three things, they
yeah,
also your barrier very
yes,
well. They are like the
yes.
three components I would say which are beautiful for your lips and
Barrier cells, yes. Any sort of sensitization or inflammation, I think these are perfect
yes,
for that. And which is
definitely.
why in our butter mask we use the peptide and we use the squalene together along with the wheat germ, because we want it to be rich in vitamin E. So yeah, great. Okay, so I think overall, not many questions except for a lot of love and a lot of waves. So I am hoping that a lot more people will also see this session later. And thank you so much for your time today. It's been a pleasure to have this conversation with you. I would love to have a follow-up session with you on some other
So
topic, or maybe when we come up with the new interesting launches, in a couple of months.
discuss science and the ingredients if people are interested to know about it.
Definitely. I think that's where people are trying to, understand a lot more about this, because there is a craze, but there's so much that we don't understand, right? So it would definitely help them. Thank you so much, Dr. Rutuja. It was a pleasure having you,
Thank you so much.
and I hope to stay in touch.
Thank you
Yeah.
for opening this kind of a brand, really.
Thank you so much for accepting it. Thank you, everybody who joined the session. It was a pleasure having all of you, and hope to see you in further live sessions. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good evening, yeah?
You too. Bye bye.
Everyone, you as well.
Yes. Thank you so much.